Oh my gosh, DeVrom, we're live, and you're
Whoa,
adjusting. Yeah, I caught you adjusting
still
yourself. It's
adjusting.
embarrassing.
Yeah, that's not a good thing. But we assume no one was watching it. 4 of you were.
4. Okay.
Don't tell
All right.
anybody.
That's all right. Well, the replay, they'll see this replay and they'll see you adjusting yourself. You were adjusting yourself on camera. And that was a little embarrassing that you were
Cannot
adjusting yourself.
refute that. Cannot refute that.
Uh,
Speaking of
bef-
refuting things,
oh, you could have had a great segue, but I was just thinking about something and I wanted to talk to you about it for a second. Uh, Before we get into this whole Jeff Epstein, the financier, Jeff
financier,
Epstein.
yeah,
Um, Before we get into that, I was thinking about back when we had jobs and we were working for a television show that Michael Moore was trying to put together years ago, and they gave us tickets to his Broadway show. He had a Broadway show, Michael Moore did.
the terms of my surrender.
Correct.
I still have
Correct.
the mug. I use the
We
mug.
got um, and we went to the show, and there was a guy who was like in our row or the row in front of us or something, and he was just responding to every single thing that Michael Moore was saying on stage, just like,
Right. Oh my
he'd be like
gosh.
talking about how Donald Trump was bad, and then he would just be like, "He's a criminal. He's a
Yeah.
criminal. He should be in jail. He should be in," and everyone around him, like the first couple times, they're like, "Okay, whatever," and
Yeah.
then everyone there is there to see a Michael Moore show. They're agreeing with, they're there because they're agreeing
You don't think
politically
they
with
were there to see that guy?
they were not there to see the guy be like, "He's a criminal.
Yeah.
That's it. He's a jerk. He should be in jail." And this is what you do at a show. You respond to everything that's said. I agree with you, Michael Moore. Just
Yeah.
thinking about that this morning, it was making me laugh.
I forgot about that completely. And I remember when we did one of our shows, we had people who were you want to almost encourage it because people are kind of like it's clear someone's into what you're doing.
Right.
But it was like no matter what we would say, the person would thought it was like kind of a call and a response show.
Oh no,
Oh yeah,
yeah. I
yeah,
remember this one.
right.
So that was that's just a memory years ago now. Probably was it 8 or 7 or 8 years ago.
I'm gonna say something that you know maybe isn't widely known right
Oh,
now.
okay.
I remember bringing my dog into those offices, and I
Hmm.
remember my dog Basil went into one of the offices, and I said, "Oh, I'm sorry. I'll get her. I'll get her out of your way." And they said, "Please don't take her. She's making everybody happy." And so I left Basil with them, lost track of her for a little bit, and she peed on the rug that said the terms of my surrender
Oh, it
on
was
it
from the show as well.
from
Couldn't
the
remember
Broadway
why the rug was
show.
important. That's
Right.
right. I just ran into her the other night.
Basil? My
Basil,
dog?
no, Megan, producer there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, at Modest Mouse.
Okay.
Did we talk about this on a live? I told you that I went to Modest Mouse show, and I was super excited because I'd never seen them live, and they started playing a song, and I was like, "Oh, that's off this album." I never really listened to this album, but I know this song.
Yeah.
And then it turned out they were playing the whole album, and that was all they were playing, was just the one album that I didn't listen to a lot. I was not that
The one
huge.
you didn't listen to. Oh,
The one I
man.
didn't listen to.
That's too
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah, it's too bad. But that's a great segue to Jeffrey Epstein. So Democrats released 3 emails yesterday. Jeffrey Epstein talking to Ghislaine Maxwell. Did I say it right?
I don't know. It's hard to say.
Nobody knows. Nobody
Yeah.
knows.
Some people say the S. Some people say like a Z. Some people don't say anything at all.
I don't think you say the S ever, right?
Some people say Ghislaine. Some people say I don't know. I don't know. I've said it differently. I think you've said it differently. I think we know who we're talking about, and that's what's important. But I can't say for sure.
Okay, so I'm going to pull these up into Rom since you're the reader. You're the one who
I'm the reader of the group. Every group has people who
as
bring
somebody
certain
who
things
can
to
read
the
and
table.
somebody who can't read.
Cannot.
So maybe read the bottom one first, so you can go in order here.
Right.
Internet. I'm sorry if you can't see. You could figure out what those words are.
So this is from Jeffrey Epstein. His email, jeevacation@gmail.com.
That is such a horrible email address. for
It's
a
weird. It's
convicted
like I'm a
predator.
vacation guy.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so Saturday, April 2nd, which sucks. That's my birthday.
Mm,
So that's too bad. I want you to realize that that dog that hasn't barked is Trump. And then a redacted victim, so someone's name, spent hours at my house with him. He has never once been mentioned, period, maybe triple space, police chief, period, etc. I'm 75% there. Uh, and
that's it.
then
Oh,
Ghislaine responds to jeevacation@gmail.com. Also, the subject of this is importance high.
hmm.
She says, I have been thinking about that, dot, dot, dot. So, yeah, well, I don't know. What do you make of this?
Well, one, it's interesting. I think like we both listened to the Daily today as our main source of information on all of this
Right,
stuff, besides reading about it for the last 5 years. But that Jeffrey Epstein is a big liar. He lies about everything. But he's talking to somebody here who he obviously trusts enough to, commit crimes with.
right.
And they're mentioning that Donald Trump hasn't been dragged into any of the stuff that's happened with his cases. This was in 2011.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what was the date of that? So he's by this point, he's a
2011.
reality star, right?
Yes, reality star, The Apprentice, huge show at this point. I think
Did that
still a
ever
huge
get an
show.
Emmy?
Never won an Emmy. No,
Never won an Emmy. No.
never. Um, and somebody in the chat says I think they suspect Trump of ratting them out to the feds.
Sorry,
Which
say what?
I know somebody in the chat was saying that they might suspect him of ratting them out to the feds. That he was like an informant or something like that.
Right. Well, which is what I guess Mike Johnson said, and then was promptly denied. Right? Mike Johnson said he
Because
was
he would
working
have been
with the feds.
implicated in crimes if he was like
Right.
working with the feds
There's
doing
just
that. Yeah.
there's so many twisted, knitted together threads here. But yeah, from what obviously, like you said, the Daily today, well, one of my main sources on this, but also hearing about it for so long, it sounds like they were close, but it also sounds like Epstein lies and manipulates consistently, and so it's hard to know exactly what is true. But he is saying that Donald Trump was around and was aware of what was going on.
And the other thing about this is the response after this happened uh, was from the White House was to bring Lauren Boebert into the Situation Room with Kash Patel, Pam Bondi, and
Hmm.
others, and basically try and convince her not to sign her name to force a vote to release the Epstein files. Which I've just been thinking about this. If you are innocent of any crimes related to Jeffrey Epstein, you would be doing the exact opposite of every single thing that Donald Trump has done since then,
Right,
since like this has become a big story over the
right.
summer. Everything he does makes himself look more and more guilty. Like he keeps trying to like stop these files from coming out.
Well, and first though, his first response was like, "Who? We're still
Who
talking about that?"
who's
And
that
then
guy?
when
I
that
don't
wasn't
even know him.
working, it's escalated to join me in the Situation Room as we discuss this. No cell phones, right? It's like this like black box in there, um, so that you can talk to someone
No,
with
it's just I
the
think it was
complete.
in the studio where Wolf Blitzer does his show for CNN. They were just
Got it.
meeting there. Yeah, yeah.
And Wolf was just
Wolf was just there
sitting
in the
there
corner.
like, "Don't mind me." He's just
"Oh, I
scrolling on
mean,
his
no, we're not
phone
on
like
for another hour.
something.
You guys
Yeah.
do your thing." Um, but every single thing he's done has been like, yeah, just like, I don't even know. Like, you guys are so obsessed with this person. Like, why do you even care? Meanwhile, like JD Vance
Right.
in
Why
2021 was
why do you
like,
think they
why won't
brought
they release
her
the
in and
files?
not someone like a little lower profile? She managed to make the news so much, whether it
Well,
be
Nancy
for
Mace as well.
healing people up or
But
whatever
there
it
aren't a
might
lot of
be.
Republicans that have signed on to it to do this. So she was like, and at this
Right.
point, I think that we're like, if we all we need is one to not sign this, and then
Right.
they'll be okay because they have the House. But so every single thing he's done has made himself look more and more guilty. It's just I don't understand how you could be watching this if you're a Trump supporter and be like, man, he's really on the up and up here. That he is not suspicious
Well,
at
I don't
all.
even know that he knows who Jeffrey Epstein is really, right? I mean, that's probably who is this guy and who is this woman and why do we keep talking about this when we could make America great again? I think would be the defense to that.
And the other thing with these emails is that like I don't know, like playing to the top of my intelligence. Do you think there's anything in
You're a
any of the
guy who doesn't
emails?
read, though, to be fair.
I don't read, but like I said, I listen to the Daily, and they're good at
Right.
reading. They read the
Mhm.
emails. They're good
Mhm.
at, and you
Mhm.
read them, and then so I've read
Right.
them twice. So I know the contents of the emails. Do you think there's anything in there that's like actually damning to him besides that he's like he knew about
I I
he knew about the
I guess
girls?
I don't, but I also think there's gonna be more communications, there's more there, there's a reason to bring Lauren Boebert into the Situation Room, but I think in these 3 emails, if they weren't between 2 people who serially lied and committed crimes together, there might be more conclusions to draw from it, but if you're looking to not think Trump is guilty of things or think he's associated, I think you can find a lane there just because that they are accusations from Jeffrey Epstein. So it's hard to
Right, to be
be
like,
sure
and he
certain
was
that they're
obviously like
true.
trying to make himself more relevant and thinking about how he could
Making
like
himself
avoid a
relevant
lot
and
of
also using whatever connections he had
not go to jail,
to not go to
prison.
jail and right. So I guess it doesn't look good. It certainly points to like bad things for Trump, but I also think that uh, they don't necessarily reveal new facts.
Yes, and it's a little bit like the White House response was, "This just proves that he was completely innocent." It's like, well, I'm not sure it does
I'm
that.
not sure it does
It
that.
proves it. Yeah, like saying you were hanging out with somebody who who had said on record that that Donald Trump was like a gentleman and didn't think that he was involved in any of those crimes. The
But
victim.
of
So
course, also this person who Donald Trump pretends not to remember, and then also is probably dangling a pardon over,
I know.
says these things that Donald Trump, she never saw Donald Trump in any of these situations. It is just wild, like when you're listening to the Daily or when talking about this, and it's like he says he wasn't aware of the sex trafficking operation or something like the massive. It was a whole thing for like decades. It's a huge, huge, huge thing. Something
No,
to
that was the
think
end of your
about
thought.
with it.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah, I
no,
mean,
it's
it's just the magnitude of it all is like this isn't some one instance that people are haggling over. This is like a decades long, thousands of people involved. It is remarkable that like it's been kept a lid on in the way that it has for so long.
so some people have been comparing this to Watergate. No one said like Epstein Gate. I mean, and maybe they just don't
Right.
need to because it's Jeffrey Epstein after
And
all this
someone
time.
commented, sorry, that there are 20,000 new emails. That was another part of the reporting this morning was like there's 20 to 30,000 new emails that people are still going through. So there might just be a lot more to say about this very soon.
So where can we get these emails? Can we download like just a giant PDF of all of them and search through them ourselves and do our own sleuthing?
Just Command F
Yeah,
and then search for words like
search
Trump.
for words like Trump or
Yes.
whatever JEE vacations. That for
That's
some
so
reason
weird.
that's
Is
the
there
most
some reason that
disturbing
gets
part.
you? Yeah.
It is disturbing. Like that's the Gmail. I don't know. Yeah, Jeffrey Epstein vacations. Nothing more relaxing than that. But so I guess this is like Donald Trump is obviously very. I don't know if scared is the right word, but he's definitely playing defense with this. Do you think this is a thing? It's possible that this is going to bring down Trump. I think I know what your answer is going to be,
Do I think it's
but
possible that this is gonna bring down Trump? Uh, I it goes back to what I just was saying a moment ago. There's so many people involved and so many high profile people and so many victims. I can't believe that the more information hasn't come out. No, nothing ever has really seemed to stick and damage him in a certain, you know, to a
Teflon
degree
Don,
that I would have to the degree that I was expected it. Yeah, Teflon Don. I guess I just don't think so,
insurrection at
but
the
there could be
Capitol.
insurrection at
Yeah,
the Capitol. I thought there would be so many
found
moments.
liable of sexual assault. No
Right.
big deal with the
No big
supporters.
deal.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people that think almost no matter who he is or what his character is, that he's the only one for this job. And those people I think are never gonna switch their loyalty. But I guess there is a thing that could come out that could damage, his administration and lose the midterms. But I guess we've talked about this before, and there's so much longer in his presidency that unless we're to the point where he were like removed, we're going to be dealing with this for 3+ more years. It's hard to imagine that he's going to be derailed for a very long time. But what do you think?
Well, I think it depends on what it is. I think it
Depends
depends
on
on what
what
it
it
is.
is. Yeah.
Now, like we're going into now just the speculative Oh, I can't say a word. I can't get a
Speculative.
Thank you. Territory where we're like
Wasn't
going
easy
in.
for me either.
It was hard, right?
Yeah, it was very hard.
Where we're going into like the QAnon territory, where some of our sources, they speculate on a lot of different things, and
Right.
they say things, and some people may be saying it just wondering if it's true, and then they start believing that is true. So I think it depends on what's there.
Well, so someone
There's a
here in the
video,
comments is saying it's going to break him down health wise, which there's a possibility of that. There's a lot of stress. Adding this to being just a person who almost like seeks stress, and adding this on top of being president and the type of chaotic administration that he has, he could just get old and sick. Could happen.
I want to say something about this, Phil.
Phil.
Some QAnon energy on the Democrat side. I totally disagree with that, Phil. And I love you, Phil. I'm sure you're great, but sometimes when I log into one of these websites, these horrible social media sites that are destroying us all, that we're all enjoying this video on right now, like on Substack, on Threads, on Twitter, I'm seeing more and more conspiracy theories from Democrats being like, "What happened with the
It
Butler
feels
shooting?"
unnecessary right now,
Yeah,
too. There's a
yeah.
lot of real stuff happening. It's
Same with
almost like
QAnon, though. It's like, yeah, it's like, oh, there's a bunch of rich people that control everything. Okay, and they're drinking blood. Oh, okay. I don't know.
all right, yeah,
Yeah,
you lost me.
yeah. But like,
But
I don't understand. It depends on what the QAnon energy is. Depends on what that means, I guess.
med
So
beds. We need
I just
med beds.
we need med beds.
We need med beds. Yeah.
So we've got a podcast coming out. Oh my gosh, in 44 minutes from right
Oh
now.
my word! Set your clocks.
We're just down in Virginia for the governor's race that was going on there that nobody really cared about, and it turned out to be a blowout. But we went to an event for Winsome Earl Sears.
You got it.
I got it right. I always want to say Spears, but it's Sears, and I got it right. And as somebody there was talking about med beds, and we have a whole podcast. DeVrom did some great research on the subject. He went out there, and I actually do mean this sincerely, because he watched these long YouTube videos that are so boring and so stupid. They just like splice together movie scenes.
Oh no, hold on.
That are like, sorry,
they're educational too, but
I'm saying this as a med bed owner, like
right.
this. Yes. But that's
there
coming out.
are these
today,
long videos that are
Eastern.
like hype videos for med beds. But if you want to learn a lot more, you should listen to the podcast.
Yes. Med beds are non-existent.
No spoilers,
medical technology.
Non-existent medical technology. Apparently going to be widely available on January 1st. So get educated before then.
According to our
That's not too
sources.
far away.
According to our sources. And I was thinking about that trip because I was looking through some of the footage, and this event was at like a barn, like in the back of somebody's house, but it was like on a farm. And
Right.
as you're driving to the event, we filmed a little bit of this, and we'll put a longer video out, I'm sure. But there's signs that are like huge signs that are just like, keep out, turn around, private, do not come in here. And then there were like signs for Winsome Earl Sears. They're like, this way, come to the rally. It's going to be great.
Private property, like prosecutor or, violators will be prosecuted or whatever. And it's like right this way. An odd don't come in, but come in feeling.
Come in.
It was very pretty there, but it also a little scary, a little isolated.
Yeah, it was good leaf
someone
peeping.
else says that, where was that? That my med bed grew me a third leg. So and that's worth talking about. These med beds, they're going to grow your limbs back, but are there any problems with them? Jason, have you had any issues?
Well, I got my med bed right after talking to this guy. I was like, I got to go online. And of course, Trump posted on True Social, and this is not a joke. He really did post a video on True Social about med beds that was AI generated, and completely fucking insane that the president of the United States would post an AI video of a fake news report on a fake product that does not exist.
Promising medical help to the entire country. While doubling healthcare costs.
So anyway, I bought my med bed after talking to that guy, and it was pretty cheap. Insurance did not cover it, unfortunately, so it's all out of pocket. But now I'm regrowing limbs, and I haven't had that problem yet. I grew like some fingers out of my arm, but all you do is you just chop them off, and then you'll have like a little sore, but you just get in the med bed and it heals immediately. Yeah. Hope that answered your question, bro.
It sure did. Totally.
So over under, not over under, because I don't really understand that. What are the odds that Donald Trump resigns because of this Jeffrey Epstein, the files, whatever exists in there, resigns before his presidency?
0%.
0%. You're not even. There's not even a chance.
No, I think he would just go. He would just do anything other than that. I think he's never admitted defeat. He's never admitted losing. He'll say whatever is fake. He'll just keep going, and I don't see that as an option.
Okay.
What about you? That's a good question. What do you think there's a chance?
I'm gonna say 1%. Well, I'm gonna say there's always a chance. You never know.
Right.
So it's usually the dumbest thing that he decides to do.
Right. I have people agreeing with me in the chat here. Trump will never resign. Could you imagine him saying, no matter what awful thing he did or how much pressure there was, being like, I will resign? It just wouldn't happen. His presidency protects him from going to jail as well. Resigning would be giving up his whatever presidential protections he has.
Okay, then what?
Giving him 1%.
Percentage chance, 25th Amendment, if bad things come out? We're just speculating on stuff that there's no evidence of any of this happening. But if bad stuff comes out about him related to Jeffrey Epstein, and I'm talking bad, 25th Amendment, JD Vance is like, this is the time to do this, succession style, do it behind the scenes, get him out. Percentage.
Oh boy. I don't know. Gosh. I'll give it now. I'll go up to 1%, I guess.
Okay.
He would never willingly do it, but I guess there is a chance depending on what happens. Well, there are 30,000 emails to go through, so we'll see.
I know, but what about the text messages? I'll say 1.5 just to price is right, I guess.
Got it,
yeah, so I don't know. I don't know. It's funny because this became a big story, and obviously this Democrats' plan was to release these after the shutdown, after now people aren't talking as much about how much they hate Chuck Schumer and the Senate Democrats.
I know. I saw
Sure.
someone tweet like, maybe Chuck Schumer was playing 4D chess. It's like, just stop it. Just stop.
I could see him playing chess, sitting in.
Yeah. Yeah.
But not related to any of
Not
this.
related to this.
I can see him playing
not
chess on his
related to
phone,
four-dimensional
probably.
chess.
Yeah.
With his glasses really low on his nose.
Yeah. So you don't think it's gonna happen? I mean, Jerome, you're usually right about this stuff, man.
Am I?
You've been right about some big things, so I'll give you credit for that.
All right, I'll take it.
You said Trump would be back after January 6th. I think we both thought it was over, especially after living the horrors of that day. We were like, oh, this is over. It's done. He's going to be arrested or something. But no, now he's president again. What a fun planet.
What a fun timeline we're on, and we continue to be on. And I know we've mentioned it, but we've all been on this ride, not just us. America has been on this ride for about 10 years now of the full craziness. That's a long time for anyone's system.
And people should take breaks. Take breaks.
Mm-hmm.
If you want. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe not. You missed something big. Alien invasion or something like that.
Right.
I don't know. So, DeVron, before we get out of here, before we go and leave.
Do you have
any words of wisdom? Look, DeVron, I replayed the podcast. I edited the podcast, and I was noticing your words of wisdom. And we said this at the time. You gave.
I recycled them.
You recycled it.
That's terrible. That's terrible. But also, my building didn't have heat for a couple days in a row, and I was like not feeling good. And I'll say that. I'm bouncing back a little bit.
Something from you. I don't know.
Today. Words of wisdom. Buy your sunglasses on eBay. You'll get them a little bit cheaper. They'll be new still, but you can buy your sunglasses on eBay.
It could be fake though.
No, they'll be real.
Okay.
If you get them from
what brand did you get?
Maui Gyms, because I broke those on the dance floor at a wedding. You do one cartwheel, they fall out of your pocket. You do the splits, you crush them. And then you ask your friends, hey, has anyone seen my sunglasses? Then your friends send you pictures of them doing like a photo shoot in your broken sunglasses.
Oh,
and you got to go on eBay because you don't want to pay full price for these sunglasses.
They're expensive. They're expensive. Well, thank you, DeVron. That was wonderful.
Even if they're fake, that's a deal. Phil says so. Phil coming in with some.
All right, Phil's coming back around. I'm back around on Phil. Got
I do agree with.
All right. Well, from all of us here at the Good Liars, we want to wish you a pleasant rest of the day.
How many of us are there? I always wonder. But anyway,
we can't. That is our secret.
Disclose that. Yeah.
That's our secret. There is a third member who is an elected official and working. Well, they were an elected official, I should say, working in the executive branch right now of the government. That's all I will say. That's all I will say.
I don't even know who that could be.
For all 3 or 4 or 5 of us at the Good Liars, have a great rest of the day. Bye.